Today we are going to end our study of Science Chapter 12 with Lesson 12.4. Of course, you will need your directed reading that goes along with this lesson. There are 3 objectives today. You should be able to name several energy resources, explain how the sun is the source of most energy on Earth, evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of using various energy resources. And you're going to watch a brain pop on natural resources and make sure that you not only watch the quiz, but you also complete watch the video, but you complete the quiz as well. And you'll log in through ClassLink to do this. All right, non-renewable resources. These are resources that cannot be replaced, or they are replaced much more slowly than they are used. Fossil fuels would be an example of non-renewable energy resources, and they are formed from the remains of organisms that lived a long time ago. Oil, natural gas, and coal are the most common fossil fuels. So think about that. If they're non-renewable, once they're used, that's it. They're gone. Can't get them back. Now think about all the different things that we use fossil fuels for. All fossil fuels contain stored energy, of course, that comes from the sun. And this can be converted into other kinds of energy, as we have learned throughout this chapter. Burning coal is a common way to generate electrical energy. Petroleum is used to make gasoline, wax, and plastics. And natural gas is often used in home heating, especially here in Sevier County. All fossil fuels contain stored energy from the sun. Every single one of them. Just like we get our energy from the sun. And again, just to say this, all forms of energy can be converted into other kinds of energy. That's how we make them useful to us. Okay, here you will have another brain pop that you need to watch, as well as do the quiz on fossil fuels. This picture shows you the formation of fossil fuels underneath the ground. It says that crushed by sediment and heated by the earth, remains of organisms that lived, they say, millions of years ago, we don't really know, slowly turned into oil or petroleum. And they're formed in much the same way that petroleum formed. Natural gas is often found along with petroleum deposits. So if you strike oil, that's petroleum. And if you don't, then you can also drill and possibly you'll find natural gas. Here's electrical energy, or a form of electrical energy from fossil fuels and how we use it. The water is pumped into a boiler, and you can see that happening here. Coal, oil, or natural gas is burned in a combustion chamber, and this way the chemical energy of fossil fuels is converted into thermal energy. Remember, thermal energy is another word for heat. Thermal energy is used to boil the water and turn it into steam. This thermal energy is converted into kinetic energy, moving, as the steam pushes against the blades of a turbine, and it causes the central shaft to spin. An electric generator converts kinetic energy into electrical energy. The turbine spins a large magnet within a wire coil. As the magnet spins, electric current is generated in the wire. Then we have this electrical energy that can be distributed to a community through electrical wires. So this would be your electric generator, and it's converting chemical energy in the fossil fuels into electrical energy. Nuclear energy. Okay, this word often makes people a little nervous, but it is a really good way for us to generate electrical energy, and it's pretty safe. You have to be very careful, like extremely careful, but you get so much energy from this that it doesn't require, like, say, as much coal as you would use for that process. We have two different ways to do this. One is nuclear fission, the other is fusion. So fission, the nucleus of a radioactive atom is split apart into two smaller nuclei, and this releases their nuclear energy. There are only a limited supply of radioactive elements. Therefore, nuclear energy is also considered to be a non-renewable resource. Once it's gone, it's gone. But again, it packs a powerful punch. And now we're going to move on to renewable. So non-renewable can't be replaced. They're gone forever. Renewable are those that are naturally replaced more quickly than they are used. So an example of that would be solar energy. And you need to log into BrainPop and make sure that you watch the video and do the quiz on solar energy. Solar means sun. So sunlight can be changed into electrical energy through using solar cells. Solar cells can be used in anything from calculators to supplying energy for a whole house. You may see solar cells on people's housetop roofs to help them generate electrical energy. Problem, the sun has to be out, and then you have to have a way to store it up to use later. Okay, another renewable resource would be energy from water. The potential energy of water in a reservoir can be changed into kinetic energy as the water flows through a dam. If you've ever been over to Douglas Lake, you've seen an example of this. We have TVA, which is where we get a lot of our energy from, actually most of it, in the state of Tennessee. So in a hydroelectric dam, falling water turns the turbines. The turbines are connected to a generator that changes kinetic energy into electrical energy. You have another BrainPop to watch on wind energy, which is another renewable resource. Wind is caused by the sun's uneven heating of the earth. The kinetic energy of wind can turn the blades of a windmill or a wind turbine, and then a wind turbine changes the kinetic energy of the air into electrical energy by turning a generator. Last but not least here, we have geothermal energy. This energy is caused by the heating of Earth's crust. It can be converted into electrical energy at geothermal power plants. Biomass is organic matter like plants, wood, and waste that can be burned to release energy. Some countries depend totally on biomass for energy. Well, we don't here, but some countries do. Okay, this is the end of lesson 12.4, and it is also the end of chapter 12.